On my way back to Jamaica, and before I go further, let's just briefly hear the voiceover for the M9s.
This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Jamaica. You can help our Clean Train campaign by putting newspapers and trash in the containers on station platforms. Using cell phones, please be considerate of your neighbors and please do not put your feet on the seats.
Honestly, I don't know why some may be critical against the new voiceover for the M9s. If it's because it doesn't have Van Ritchie's voice like usual, I completely understand because I remember hearing Van Ritchie's voice on the C3s when I was a kid. Yet I still understand the railroad wanted to try something new for a change. So on my trip to Jamaica, I mentioned my ideas on how communities can be further modernized without needing so much infrastructure. What I didn't mention about is what's on the thumbnail of this video, namely, why do I hate gas stations? Like most of the subjects I gave in the Why Do I Hate series, they're all exaggerated. I'm not completely against gas stations, and there's really nothing wrong with fossil fuels when you come to think about it. But the problem is, even if everyone had enough fuel where gas was probably 25 cents a gallon, or if biofuels was standard and available for everyone around the world, we would eventually come to realize that we don't necessarily need fuel to power our cars, our homes, and vice versa. Nowadays, two competing sources of energy that are competing against one another is electric vehicles and hydrogen fuel cells. Now, commendably, neither needs an internal combustion engine. Not that there's anything wrong with an internal combustion engine, but I'm more in favor of the fact that there's theoretically less maintenance needed in order to maintain the car, electric car, or perhaps a hydrogen fuel cell car. Additionally, there's also the option of either going to a specific station to recharge or refuel your vehicle, or you could perhaps recharge or refuel your vehicle at home. For everyone that has a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, let me know in the comments if you could refuel your vehicle at home or not. In fact, one thing I've mentioned on the community page of my channel for everyone that has subscribed to it or has recently subscribed to it, I've mentioned the advantages and disadvantages between electric vehicles and fuel cell vehicles. Namely, the range and refueling time that I want electric vehicles to be at, because I'm more in favor of electric vehicles personally. It's the range that hydrogen fuel cell vehicles are already at. For instance, I only know the difference between the electric and fuel cell variation of the New Flyer Excelsior. At a particular depot, the New Flyer XE60 alone takes about 4 hours to completely recharge. In sharp contrast, a fuel cell Excelsior takes only 12 minutes to refuel. Additionally, just the New Flyer XHE40 alone has twice the amount of kilowatt hours of just one of the 15 XE60s that are currently at Michael J. Quill Depot. Additionally, the bright side about having hydrogen vehicles is that, let's say there's a region that has refueling stations available. There is the option of having fuel imported like there has been for some time, but there's also the option of having the station create its own fuel. And this actually exists, believe it or not. And there's also the possibility of it being available in a greater range of applications. For instance, Airbus has initiated a Zero E program where By the next decade, they plan to have nothing but hydrogen planes available. Now, initially, the purchase price may be very expensive, but in the long run, this program, and if, let's say, Boeing, Embraer, and other companies institute hydrogen planes becomes available, this could potentially save airlines and airports millions because of not needing to import fuel. Instead, the airport, like let's say LaGuardia or Long Island MacArthur, can be able to create their own fuel right on site and be already available for the planes. And eventually, at some point, everything might result in becoming in like self-propelled electric systems, or possibly, if one may choose fuel cell systems could probably create their own hydrogen from within the car themselves. Personally, I would prefer the former because it may require less maintenance. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments.